Welcome to Tribal Council. Congratulations, guys. We are at the final five. We have beaten out a lot of people. Can't do the math. But everyone's here for a certain reason. So, Brian, congratulations on winning individual immunity. How did it feel finally winning one individual immunity for yourself?
It actually feels really good because I've been itching for an immunity in this game since like the beginning. And it was so aggy when I'm like, oh my god, I can win a puzzle comp, and then I don't. And then I took Braden. No, I didn't take Braden out, but Braden went. And then all the people that were good at puzzles, like Eric, went. And I was like, it is my time. And thankfully, you did a math puzzle, and Jack is on phone, and he can't do a math puzzle. So I luckily won, and I'm really happy because like I really wanted to win immunity. Like I needed that. I needed it.
Jack, at the math puzzle part, you had some trouble. Do you think if it would have been any different, you could have caught up and beat Brian?
We everyone knows that Brian is great at like puzzles and stuff like that. So when I was even like just 20 seconds behind him, I was like, oh my god, like I'm actually doing decent. But like he said, I got to the math puzzle, and you just physically can't do the math puzzle on the phone without. Well, I had to restart the math puzzle 4 times because every time I tapped it, it would zoom in, and it was just a complete shit show. So I don't know if I could have necessarily caught up and beat him. I would like to hope and think that I could have, but that's in a completely different scenario in a completely different universe. So
Logan, you were one of the people that were blindsided last tribal council. Do you think if Eric was here, he would have took away the immunity win, or do you think Brian still might have had a pretty good chance?
I think that Brian still would have won it. I think it would have been closer if Eric was here. But we all know that Brian's good at puzzles. Not gonna lie, I think it was a little funny that Brian won this challenge. A lot of people here know why. So I personally laughed when he won because I personally voted for him in the last travel for the exact reason that I thought he could win this challenge coming up, and nobody listened to us. And now here we are with Brian having safety. So I'm personally enjoying it. But yeah.
Dustin, do you regret not voting Brian in that scenario or not voting someone else so you would have had a better chance?
For last week's tribal, I support my vote. I do support my vote. I felt like it was a good play. It needed to happen. Like I love Eric as a person. He's a great dude. But I felt like it was time. So
Emily, you decided to play your merge idol, but only received 2 votes. Technically, if it would have been Eric, you would have been the one going. Do you regret playing your merge idol, or do you think it was like the safe move to do?
I mean, I didn't know if I was getting, I knew I was getting a singular vote, and that was enough for me to play my idol at that point. With the amount of people that said they were voting Brian, like one vote potentially could have sent me home, and I wasn't like down for that shit at all.
True. Jack, another person, do you stand by your decision now of like wanting to pull that move?
I said it many times. I feel terrible about the move. Like not the move. I don't regret the move at all. It's not something I regret. I am proud that I, came in and was able to pull off something like that. But I do feel really bad because I have said it. I've genuinely built a connection with Eric on a personal level and a game level. So I do feel bad in that aspect. But it was a move that had to be made. This whole merge was getting ran like by the alliance that was created. So I feel like at one point it had to have been taken down a notch, and I feel like last tribal council was the only opportunity that I would have had to make that move.
Brian, can you answer a question?
Of course.
So if you would have asked me about a week or 2 ago what the pecking order was, I think I would have a pretty good answer. But now I really don't know exactly where lines draw. Do you think last week's group of people will still vote the same, or do you think it could switch up again tonight?
My thing is that this game is just a bunch of different changing orders. Like, you have certain alliances that will stay together for a couple weeks, and then they kind of like transfer. Like, there are I guess there was 2 distinct sides, and then there are some people in the middle that kind of like decided where the power went. And I just happened to be on the losing side of that. And I think that those same people could honestly determine the vote tonight. I mean, I'm the only one left from my original lines that's still here, or not from my original lines, but like the people that stuck to it. And I mean, you never know because it could easily flip from one name to another name. Like, I don't know if the vote's locked tonight. To be completely honest, I might not know where I'm voting tonight. It's a mess, and things can easily change because they've changed at multiple different tribals before. So I think it's gonna be like messy, and you're probably not gonna be able to predict it.
Emily, so last tribal council, I mentioned you played your merge idol. Idols can be played up till final 5. So has there been talk of it being rehidden, refound, replayed tonight?
I mean, there's definitely been talk of it. I know that multiple of us were looking for it for multiple hours, but from my knowledge, I never found anything. Like, I won't be playing it, and the people I talked to said that they didn't find it. So
Logan, so we're heading really, really close to the finale. There's one more immunity, one more vote out after this. So what factors into tonight's vote out that is the biggest part of like tonight's tribal council?
I think that there's a few key things that are going into this vote. Like, obviously, people are thinking about the Final Four immunity challenge at this point. People are thinking about if there's a fire-making twist at this point. People are thinking about jury management. People are thinking about who's going to win at the end. So, like, I'm very worried about this vote, especially just because, like, I was left out of the loop on the last one. I don't really know what, like, for me, I'm personally basing my vote on just who I like. I'm not really basing on who I think I can be at the end. I'm basing it more on just who I would like to move forward with. But yeah.
Jack, so he listed a lot of scenarios, the final immunity, if there's a fire making challenge, jury management. What goes into for you tonight's vote?
I think everything that Logan said is going through every single person's mind at the minute. He hit the nail on the head. Like, we're all looking at every single one of those scenarios. And either way, what happens at this tribal council, I feel sick. Like, if it's me, I'm going to be sick. If it's like anyone, like, because genuinely, we've all built a connection. I really like every single person here. So I feel terrible about what's going to happen at this tribal council, but I feel like we all feel terrible.
Dustin, so like we said, we're getting very close to the end. Only 2 tribal councils left, including this one. Are there still some big moves to be made, or is it trying to ride out with those allies that you trust?
I personally think there's still big moves that need to be made. I feel like some people in here have a very clear, distinctive shot at like winning the game. If people choose not to do that, then come to me. Like, if I get voted out and expect a jury vote, like, I'm not going to give it to them. So at the end of the day, like, I feel like there's very big moves that need to be made still. And if they happen, they happen. If they don't, like, they don't. So
Brian, you're safe tonight, but you can have a hand in who you take with you to the final 4, perhaps. Is that a big factor in your mind, who you want to take with you or who you want to get rid of? Which angle are you more leaning towards?
I think it's more of a factor of how can I get myself to the end with the people that I think I can beat. Because as of right now, it's definitely not on the bigger side in the game. I'm automatically gonna win if I get to the end. That's not decided. And even if I make it to the final 3 with the people that I want to be there with, that's not even has decided that I'm gonna win. So I really have no idea of what I want to do. But for tonight's basis, I'm gonna do who should I vote out to make sure that I can have the best chance at winning this game and making it to final 3. Like, I guess it's like priority, I guess. Like, who needs to get taken out?
Well, I guess we'll have to see where everyone's priorities lie after this vote. With that being said, it is time to vote. If everyone will, you'll have 5 minutes to vote in your name DM. You have until 20 to vote. Let me go get paper. Oh, some whispers, kind of forgot. I think of timeline wise, we have Jack and Logan, Dustin and Logan, Brian and Dustin, Dustin and Jack, Emily and Logan, and Brian and Jack. So little people Lots of whispers. Brian and Dustin, Brian, Logan, Logan, Emily.
No, Luke just got voted out of Winners at War. I just want to go home.
Can you heart in my DM?
Sure thing. Dustin and Jack, Brian and Jack, Emily, Logan. What is this? Oh, Emily, your profile picture threw me off. I was like, "What is this?"
Oh my god, what the fuck?
You guys have less than 3 minutes to vote. Two minutes to vote now. Okay, I have all the votes. That means no more talking in chats now. I will go count the votes. When I come back, we will find out who the 5th place person of the season will be. Okay, I have the votes. At this time, if anyone would like to play Hidden Immunity Idol, this is the last night you can play it.
Okay.
Jack voted me, bro. Logan, you're good.
Logan, he was in my DMs begging me to vote for you. And I told him straight up that I voted for him, and he said that I lost his jury vote.
Jack.
He told me straight up that I'm fake and that I've lost the jury vote, and I said I'm not going to be bullied into voting for Logan.
Jack, I'm not giving him my vote. That's straight up. I'm not giving Jack my vote.
Okay.
But you take out
First,
Jack
you
right
look
now.
really cute today.
With that, Logan,
Okay.
Logan, you're good.
I'm
Trust
gonna
me,
play
I
this
did not vote you.
on Emily.
what was that?
Playing my idol on Emily.
This is a Hidden Immunity Idol. Any votes for Emily will not count. Okay, let's get to the votes.
Okay.
First vote, Dustin. That is 1 vote, Dustin. Second vote,
Perfect.
Jack. That is 1 vote, Dustin, 1 vote, Jack. Third vote, Jack. That is 2 votes, Jack, 1 vote, Dustin. Next vote, Logan. That is 1 vote, Logan, 1 vote, Dustin, 2 votes, Jack, 1 vote left. Next vote, Logan. We have a tie. 2 votes Logan, 2 votes Jack, 1 vote Dustin. So how this works is,
Do we want Jack, like Logan, do we want Jack or do we want Dustin to leave?
can I please finish? So how this works, we have a tie. We are going to do unanimous or rocks. In this scenario, Emily Buffs would kind of have this say, so it's Dustin. Yes. Dustin,
Do I not?
Brian, and Emily have the say of going to unanimous or rocks.
But if it goes to Rocks, it would be Dustin going.
Yeah, Dustin would leave.
Yeah.
He's the only one not-
Can I just
did-
say that?
I did
Okay,
vote
if
for Logan.
I voted for Logan.
I voted Dustin. I actually stayed true to my
Who
word.
voted
Emily.
for? Who was Dustin? Who did you? Who
You didn't
you vote
say
for
true-
Logan?
Dude, you didn't stay true to your word. You just lied to me. You stayed
To
true to
them,
your
I
word to
stayed to my
Logan,
word.
but you didn't.
So
like,
okay,
my
so
vote-
to
Gonna yell over me again. We
no,
need Dustin.
Dustin, please be quiet for a second. Okay, I'm trying to save you. Basically, I think that we should vote for Logan because the Final Four is a cup competition.
I'm not doing
Emily's
Logan.
not gonna
Okay,
vote for
Dustin's
me.
leaving. Bye, Dustin. I'm not doing
Emily's
Logan.
not gonna vote for me.
Like, you just played an idol on me. Do you think that I would do
Emily.
Logan?
Emily, I'm not opposed. I'm totally down to do Jack now. Jack's played a good game, just as good as Logan. They played equally as good games. They both. So
Go to Rocks.
would-
Emily, I proved that I was loyal just then
bro,
to you and
you
Logan.
said that was your final 2 from the very start, from the very.
No,
okay,
you
let's try.
said that. You said
Dude.
that. I never. Them words
Dude,
never came to my mouth.
Logan.
It's very
You want me
careful.
to-
of you.
Should we go? Should Dustin leave?
Yes.
I think it'd be funny to just fuck with Dustin and send him out now.
You could.
I
totally
kind
do.
of agree. I don't know.
That's fine, bro. Like, that's cool. Like, I played straight up, bro. I told people where it is. If you want to vote me out for that, okay.
Wouldn't have left at the tribal council that Braden gave you the safety without power and screwed over Emily and
Bro.
Aaron.
Dude, he gave it to me when I was already been screwed. They both had idols that they could have played and saved themselves. Like, are you stupid? That's an obvious choice to do. Like, are you
know,
dumb,
he's
bro?
stupid.
Like, come on.
Emily, I haven't done anything
Dude,
to
like-
you.
Yeah,
Okay, so how this will work, everyone, how this will work, we will go in the screen order that is set up by you guys kind of entering the room. You will make a decision whether to vote Logan or Jack. So first up on my screen is Brian.
Fuck. Well, it actually doesn't matter what I do now because if I vote for Jack, then they're gonna vote for Logan. So Dustin gets
Yeah.
fucked either way. So my vote actually doesn't matter. So I just realized that now because of the screen
Mhm.
order.
Technically, it
Um,
does.
Yo, it's fine.
Um,
You just let's listen to
Okay.
me.
Before I vote, Dustin, can I just say I
Brian.
tried saving you?
Brian, I
What?
saved you with an idol
It's
last tribal.
good,
Don't
like,
vote me,
they're
please.
fake-
No, Jack,
bro.
Jack, it doesn't matter because if I vote
Like,
for you, then
bro,
Emily's voting for
They're
Logan.
literally gonna decide
To get Dustin
between
out.
Jack.
Yeah, then
Bro.
you just vote for Logan, and then it'll be a tie.
Okay.
Emily's gonna vote for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually, like,
Shut up, Brian.
Okay.
I want to see. I actually would love to see how that happens. So, Emily, are you just voting? Are you just voting the opposite of how I vote?
I don't know. I don't.
Brian,
Well,
it's
yeah,
your
okay.
decision.
Brian, you
I'm gonna.
You can basically decide if you want to be Dustin or Jack.
I'm really chaotic. So,
I gave you an
I'm.
idol last tribal to save you, please, Brian.
You did.
I know.
But to be completely honest with you, I kind of like lied to you because my perfect final 3 has been like Dustin and Emily. So I'm gonna be putting Emily and who else is it?
So
That's
who's
in that
voting?
position. I'm gonna be voting for Jack.
Okay,
Emily, please.
Emily, vote for
Just
Emily, vote for
accept
Dustin.
Rocks.
He
Emily.
just said that's
Emily?
perfect final three is Dustin and Jack.
Me?
Logan,
Yeah,
that doesn't
you're
mean
not
dude,
targeting
you
Logan
don't know
now.
my final 3, Logan.
He just
You don't know my
Frank
final
said
three,
that
bro.
his perfect final three
Emily,
is
they
Dustin.
just said they're targeting Logan
I
next.
was the
So
one
if you have an
No,
extra
no,
number in
no,
there, you
Jack,
can
you're
go
so-
first.
so shit, bro.
Emily.
Emily, I
Um,
want to our tribal. I don't want to. I feel like it'd be funny if Brian also doesn't get what he wants. So I would just do the opposite of whatever Brian wants. And Brian
Okay, I guess I'm voting Logan.
With
I
that being
yeah,
said,
exactly. I
we
was
were not-
trying to prove a point.
we were not going unanimous, which means we're going rocks. Unfortunately, since Emily is safe, Brian's safe, Logan is safe, Jack is safe, Dustin, you are the only person to be able to receive rocks, which
That's
means
fine.
you have been voted technically snuffed out of the game. Thank you so much for playing. With that being
Okay, but wait. Sorry.
Ryan, you have my vote to win.
No,
with
I know, but
not-
why'd I say with telling Emily that she's getting votes and then Logan played the idol on her?
With
It
that
didn't matter.
being said, everyone please head back and
But I
Dustin,
mean,
do your exit
It
interview.
worked out for us in the end because then Jack
Yeah.
would have just like got idled out. And quite frankly, I like this outcome better.
It still worked out fine. So
Ryan's gonna lose.
Okay.
That's straight up.
Everyone leave
One
besides
person,
Dustin.
one of the people who've been saying don't vote, but the whole time.